Right, so I've cut the 4 pieces that I need. These are approximately, they're about 1/8 of an inch over size actually, because my mechanical hacksaw there doesn't cut absolutely square. So the first operation is to square these up, and I can do them in pairs in my little CNC mill. A lot of people do say to me, "Oh, it's easy for you. You've already got a CNC machine. You can, you can make these parts yourself." Yeah, that's true. But I have shown you on, I think, the last build when I built my large CNC router. I did most of that by hand, with just a drill and a file. And I used my drop saw to cut the aluminium because it was too wide actually to get in my mechanical hacksaw. So you can do it without these machines, but most of my viewers too already have something like a either a 6090 or a small 6040 little CNC router, that's more than capable of making these parts. And I have in the past made them on a CNC router. And it is also possible to make this on a manual mill. So what you can do is take my drawings, which is available on Patron, and make these parts on the mill that you're going to convert prior to stripping it. So you'll have them made. So the first operation is to square these up, and then the next operation is to make these two. These are the side walls, or the standoffs then, as it were, is to drill these. I can do that with the CNC machine. I wrote a small program. In fact, this particular unit that we're going to make, I've used Carveco to make all the tool paths, and those tool paths will be available on my Patron pages to patrons. So you can take them and put them in your router and machine away. Now the next unit that I'm going to make, which would be for the X, I will do that on Fusion 360. Okay, so first thing I have to do is line my vise up in the X, or tram it in to the X, and it'll cut square then. So my first job is to make the XY0 off this back jaw here on this side. So I've got a fairly pointy tool in there, so I can line it up and make the 0 position there. So I use my pendant to move this around. Don't want to crash into it. I think that's pretty good for the X. The X direction, that's fine. The Y direction, I'm going to have to looking through from the other side over there. Okay, so we'll make that. So we're in the work offset. So we're going to make the X and the Y 0. Really doesn't matter about the Z at the moment. So we can lift the Z all the way up, and we're going to put a big 3/4 inch milling tool in there, which is this one. Nice big I think it's 3/4, 19 mil. Okay. Don't know whether many of you have seen this. It's a special key that fits the 32 collet, and that's an 32 collet. That's the large size collet now that fits that milling tool. Okay, so you want, the least amount sticking out as possible. 2 reasons. The reason is I'm putting the material in your edgeways up, so it's going to be standing up to about here. And secondly is to reduce the, sort of not flex exactly, but any vibration. If you have them sticking out too much, they do tend to, sort of chatter a little. So I have actually deburred these on my sanding disc over there. So now I'm going to put these in the chuck, a pair at a time. Let's make sure it's clean. Okay, using my trusty old square, which I know is absolutely square. Yeah, actual fact, this is older than me, so I think this is 1945, something like that. And it's absolutely square. And so now I know that this material is square to the bed. And I've allowed myself 1.5 millimeters longer of material to be able to square it off. Well, just both ends really. So that's the next operation. I'm going to do that manually, just by using the jog, rather than write a program for it. So it goes something like this. So this is the setup now for Op 1, even though I faced these off and squared them up. So we should just put this in. Just easy task now, it's already zeroed, of setting that piece of material right up against the edge of that jaw and tightening this down like so. I've got a center drill in here, so you know I don't get any wandering of a drill. So I'm just going to put 3 holes in a precisely measured area. So it's the center of the hole is 6mm by 6mm in, and it's a little 5mm threaded hole that's going to go in there. So let's start it up and drill, just spot the 3 holes. Okay, so we've done the side plates with the milling machine there, so now we're switching machines to my large CNC router, and we're going to make the front and rear plate for the NEMA 34s for the Y-axis.